Why do burst mages like Victor build something like Liandry's and Seraph's in one shot? You build really tanky. So Liandry's is like supposed to be good for other people, right? But it doesn't like make you useless, right? It still has like 70 AP on it. And Seraph's is straight up burst item. If you're like looking at a lot of mage items and you're like, this is a burst mage, but they built this thing that doesn't have flat pen on it. Why can they burst me? It's like, well, it turns out a lot of mage items just have a ton of AP on them. And AP is a strong, powerful stat for, you guessed it, bursting people. Why? Liandry's is designed against tanks and not squishies? Well, one of the things you have to be really careful about with item design is making an item too specific. So a lot of people sometimes will criticize an item's design if they're like, this thing gives you power against tanks. Why does it also make you good against squishies? Well, it turns out that for a lot of items, if you don't do that, if you don't give them more versatile power, it basically becomes a non-purchasable item. So this one's really clear when like talking about 80 carry items. Sometimes people will be like, why does this 80 carry item like give the 80 carry damage and defense? Isn't that not okay? Like if they want to build defense, they should just buy an armor item. And the answer is it's like an 80 carry can't buy an armor item, right? If they do that, they just effectively make themselves useless because they don't have the optionality to be like, I only want to fight people that like I can easily kill. And so for a lot of items design, if you want to make an item that's actually viable and actually functional, it has to be, instead of being like god tier against one thing and useless against everybody else. To finish the conversation about item versatility, why does Liandry's give you power as a mage? It's because if it only was good against tanks, most mages wouldn't be able to buy it. It would just be a non-purchased item. And so instead, it is good against tanks and okay against everybody else. That tends to be how a lot of damage items go, is they're good against this one thing and okay against everybody else. Because there's a large number of games where if you were to purchase Liandry's as a mage and it was only good against tanks, you wouldn't be able to play the game.